Hi guys, welcome to my new Let's Play mini Uberhood. I had some trouble with my game and lost a few things in the process, unfortunately, but this is a chance to start fresh, so let me introduce you. So firstly we have Fairplay, which I've made my main neighborhood. That's the gender-bent version of Pleasantview. It's basically a mirrored version by Pleasant Sims. And then I've added subhoods. Alright. The first one I've added is Summerville, which is a custom neighborhood that someone turned into a subhood for me. And then I've added a clean template of Pleasantview where Bella is included. So Fairplay reads the same as Pleasantview. It just says a lot has happened in 25 years, but some new faces in town are stirring up rivalries and creating tension for the once happy families. Can anything be done to get the peace back? So it basically is the same as Pleasantview. There's no real change in any of the descriptions there. When I start playing Fairplay, I usually play in the same order that I do in Pleasantview. There's obviously no scripted events, but I would start with Donna, as I would with Don usually. Now, I'm not intending on letting everything be the same in both neighborhoods, because that would be very boring. I'm going to play the Sims as individuals on their own. After that, I usually go over to the Goths, so here it would be the Graves family. And then after that the Caliendo brothers, which represents the Caliente sisters. You get the idea, basically. The Brooks family represents the Broke family, so it's just literally a gender-bent version of the original. And the Ben families, the Burks, are here, and the Oakleys. Now these would obviously be Burb and Oldie in Pleasantview. And we have across from the Graves family, we have the Oakleys, which represents the Pleasant family of Pleasantview. Alright, so yeah, this is Fairplay. Let's go over to Summerville and quickly look at the residents there. Summerville is a custom neighborhood. If you want the details of where to download any of these, I will let you know. But someone converted this for me because it used to be only a main neighborhood. Alright, let's quickly look. Summerville is a small peaceful town located on the seafront surrounded by breathtaking mountains. Seemingly life flows slowly here, but yeah, there's also some interesting things happening behind closed doors. And here's a little bit of details about the mayor and his wife. His wife is actually looking elsewhere, love-wise. So, she's not being who he thinks she is. And then here we have a dancer, but her success is being held back by her party lifestyle and her romance pursuits. So the question is basically, can she make a success while she's distracted by other things? Then we have a Fox family, and yeah, let's just say the husband is kind of involved with a dancer. And then over here we have someone that it reminds you a bit of the Goth family in a way. because the style of his house and stuff like that. But there is kind of he thinks a spell has been put on him because he cannot find love, but someone is actually interested in him. The only question is, is she interested in his money or in him? Because she kind of gives you gold digger vibes. And then her sister is an honest, law-abiding officer who wants to do everything the right way. But yeah, you'll see who she's dating. Then we have someone who lost his wife, and yeah, Ben is struggling financially. That kind of reminds you of Dirk Dreamer, but and Darren Dreamer. But he has 2 children, and yeah, he's trying to make it and take care of them. So that is very similar in story. And then we have a really nice bakery over here with 2 ladies running it. Well, one is running it, and we're gonna explore what the other one is really doing, and they have a really cute little dog. So yeah, we're going to explore them together. Then over here, this is the man that's dating the sister, the Chase sister, that's a cop. But he's in the criminal career. So this is a interesting little tidbit, but it seems he wants to actually leave his career. So we'll see how that turns out. So here's the families individually. This is the mayor and his wife and children. Then across we have the Chase sisters and the Spell family with his 2 cats in his very gothic looking mansion. Then Marley is the family that's missing their wife and mother. And then the Swan family, the dancer. And across from her lives the Fox family with the dad that I'm sure will not be very popular with any of us. And then the Gold family, I see this family doesn't have a family bio. Maybe that was just an oversight. But anyway, we know the story of him. And Cupcake family is the bakery. All right. So we'll get to know them and see what happens in their lives. It's a very nice neighborhood. I look forward to exploring it. Pleasantview, I don't believe need much of an introduction with most summers. But just I'll maybe give a quick overview if someone hasn't played it before. We have this very nostalgic intro video. Okay. Oops. The story is kind of at its end. First. Alright, it reads the same as the other neighborhood, basically telling you that everything was peaceful and happy. And then some new arrivals in Pleasantview started stirring up trouble, creating rivalries and tensions for all the families in the neighborhood. Can anything be done to restore the peace to sleepy, idyllic Pleasantview? Cassandra is ready to start a family of her own. You know the drill. And then the Caliente sisters are interested in Mortimer. But what is their interest really? Then we have Don, the Casanova, right? Who's obviously going to break Cassandra's heart one way or the other. Brandy Broke and her children. In the past, she always ended up with her gender bent version. I have to say that's the 2 people that really found each other every time. We'll see this time. And obviously we have Daniel, Mary Sue Pleasant, and the twins who are always fighting. So we'll see how that turns out for them. They're going to stick together. And then Darren, who wants to be with Cassandra. We'll have to see how that turns out, if that's going to work out for him. And yeah, I actually look forward to seeing whether they end up with their gender bent versions or whether some of the residents of Summerville end up in the mix. We'll see. Alright, so I've decided to start with Pleasantview, even though that's a subhood. I'm going to, there's no scripted events, but I'm going to just use the play order that we always use, as if the scripted events are there. I mean, we know them off by heart by now. And yeah, so there's the residents, just like you usually know them. Bella is a townie at this stage, but we'll bring her into the story. And the burbs and the oldies are in the bin. I will place them in the neighborhood when it's their turn to be played. So yeah, for now, I think we're just going to start with Don Lothario. That's kind of the easiest route. I will set up some of the Sims off camera, so you don't have to sit and watch me give all of them traits and things like that. I might just show you how I do it with Don, so that, or some of the residents, just so that you see what my playstyle is. But other than that, I won't do everything on camera because it might just become really long and boring if I do that. Alright, so you may see that some of my meshes are missing and I have blue CC showing up. The reason for that is just I'm redoing my downloads folder and I haven't placed everything back yet, so just ignore that for now. I will have that fixed. Alright, so I play with ACR. I think that adds a little bit of an extra interesting dimension. I also use the Sim Blender and I add extra 1 slots. That's just my playstyle, because I feel like you can want multiple things, short term and long term. Okay, his long term kind of fits with who he is. I'm just gonna set him up quickly with ACR. He's gonna be the first Sim that I set up, and we'll keep him with no jealousy for now, just because of how he acts. But I usually set up my Sims individually. I don't want everyone to be exactly the same. And what I do, like with him, for family size, I'm just going to set it to 10, because I feel like he would be one of those people that don't really see limits. But obviously I will change it for other things. And that's it. Alright, then I'm going to give him a university degree, because there's no way he can be a doctor if he didn't study something. So he will have the extra 1 slots. We'll quickly add that in. And then we'll just give him his wand locks again. But no, you're not going to dance with Mortimer. Okay. So we'll just start him off with a good mood, and then we'll do what they usually tell you to do. So usually the scripted events lead you to hire Kaylin the maid. We know that. So we'll follow the same thing, since he has trash lying everywhere as well. He's got the day off today. It's Tuesday. I'm going to play every family up to Wednesday morning, regardless of where they start off. The only ones that I'm not sure how that's going to work is I think the Pleasants start on a Thursday or something like that, but we'll see what we can do when we reach them. Okay, so also a gardener, just so that we're not stuck taking care of all the plants. And get Mr. Humble's computer. Well, and I'm going to use the Sim Manipulator just to add him a cell phone. I usually add these things in just simply because I feel like in this day and age most people have that. So we're just going to pretend that they already got cell phones. And I also use Monique's hacked computer. It's just so easy to pay your bills and all the other things that you can do on it. So I usually replace their computers with a Monique's hacked version. Go. Okay. We'll play him a little bit and then later on we can add in his traits. I play with the traits from 3 to 2 and yeah, it adds a nice dimension. Okay, so Kaylin is on her way over. See if she catches him with any of his other girlfriends. If I look at Don's personality, he's actually not as playful, but he's very outgoing. So I feel like, you know, he would want to be popular. He would want to be loved and fawned over by all the women in the neighborhood. So therefore, I'm going to add him a popularity aspiration as a sub his romance one, and of course I will give him all the rewards for his basic needs, just so we're not stuck taking care of that all the time. And the next thing that you would usually be prompted to do is to invite over Nina Caliente. So I'm going to do that, and we'll see if she and Kaylin ends up coming at the same time or what happens. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. So we'll see this time around. I think he can just clean up the trash that's right outside the door because, yeah, I know you don't like it, Don, but, you know, you can't really impress people when you have trash lying. Okay, Kaylin is here to clean, and boy does she have a lot to clean, and Nina right at the same time. So this ought to be interesting. Okay, what I also have is I have a mod where I can make some selectable who visit. So I'm going to do that with Nina. It just helps me a bit to control better. I'm a bit of a control freak, I guess. Who goes where and what they do. So, alright, we'll go for kind of the scripted events as if they're taking place. So we'll send them up to the hot tub. As you can see, here's a prime example. You send Nina up and then she walks off somewhere else. So that's kind of one of the points of having her selectable. It's just I can direct her where to go easily without having all sorts of irritations with Sims doing whatever they want. Alright, so let's see if she feels the same as he does. Kaylin is still cleaning. We're going to see if she runs up. I haven't set her jealousy or anything up. Okay, she's asking to hang out. Obviously, Don would say no because he doesn't want his girlfriends to know about each other. So, alright, so the welcome wagon has arrived at the same time. This is interesting. It was exactly the same last time. Brandon Brooks and Brandy Broke, who are the versions of each other, showed up last time as well. So, and the last time I played this, they actually ended up autonomously showing interest in each other. We'll see if Don is able to go greet them now. Perhaps he will. But I'm not going to be as involved as I was in the experiment last time, where I made everyone selectable and tried to make them interact, because we're doing a let's play now. It's a little bit different. So we'll see. I hope he can still go greet them because I want all the Sims to get to know each other. See if he can. Maybe they will stick around. You will see some of the names are incorrect. That sometimes happens when you're adding subhoods and main neighborhoods together that don't usually go together. So I have a mod where I can change the names if it's incorrect. I will just do that with Brandon Brooks because he's currently called something else. Okay. We see Brandy is pregnant, so obviously with unborn baby. Rogue that she usually starts the game with. I love the Sim Blender because you can see everything with that. Oh, she left. Okay. Well, alright. We'll just have him greet the other two gentlemen, and then he can say goodbye to them again. I think he would do that. And Nina is famished, so we can let her maybe serve them something to eat. Hopefully she won't burn down the house. She has so little skill she can't even use a stove. Wonderful. Okay, she'll just make regular sandwiches then. And Don can hop in the shower. Alright, let's add him his cell phone. And I think he does relatively well, so he would have some other electronic devices as well. We'll just add that for him. It's gonna rain. Don is mopping up his own puddles. That hardly ever happens. Right, I think we should give them at least some extra chairs because it's not very realistic that you would have a dining room table with only one. He does have the money, so we can add some chairs so that guests can sit and eat with him. Alright, so they will be sharing a nice lunch together. We'll see if these two end up together. I've had kind of different results in different playthroughs, so we'll see what this one yields. If they end up together or not. Just taking some snapshots as well. He's having his romantic schmoozing on, you can absolutely see it. Real sleazeball. Ah, Brandy's actually back. Okay, we can let him greet her. Usually they literally have no chemistry in my games. I don't think I've ever had Don and Brandy end up together. But, I mean, they all live in a kind of a small neighborhood, so they kind of should know each other. Yeah, there we go. Just like usual. I've watched someone else who had a playthrough where they let Don end up with Brandy and he became a real big family man and all that, but I don't know. I've never had the two of them interested in each other. Oh, he's burping, and you can see the disgust that Nina's experiencing. Yeah, you can do so much better, girl. Surely, surely there's other prospects than this man. Okay, this is not really filling their hunger, so they're needing second and third helpings to just almost cover the need of hunger. We'll let him drink a juice. I like how in Sims 2 there's actually the need to upgrade your cooking skill and upgrade your stoves and things like that to get your Sims hunger to be filled. I hear in some of the other games there's no difference whether you eat a salad or a burger or a bigger meal. It does the same, which is kind of lazy when you think about it. So I really like how they did it in Sims 2, that there's actually an incentive for that. Okay, is this passing by? Again, a name I would have to change because this is the Oakley family, and yeah, he has a completely different name. So he would be the male version of Coral. So I think he's Corey Oakley or something like that. So I'd have to change that. Be loaded with some other name. Alright, so the music is blasting. Now Dawn escaped Kaylin's gaze. She did not actually catch him with another girl. But we'll see what happens if he's able to fool Cassandra, or if he even goes through with the wedding with Cassandra, because I've had it that sometimes he runs off and other times he actually goes through with it. So we'll see. Time around. Okay, so I think he should say goodbye to Nina. Get up. First, okay, his cell phone is actually ringing. So that. Here's John Tellerman, of course, with the completely wrong name. He can greet her as well. She's usually... I've had her end up with him in some other playthroughs, even though she's a townie. They usually like each other quite a bit, so we can let her and him get to know each other as well. Okay, I'm adding in my own downtown, but I literally have to build it from the ground up. So if Sims invite us to downtown, I cannot really send them there. There's literally nothing there. So we'll build it together. I'll make some videos where I show you how I build it. Okay, so he can greet Jan. Real sleaze. Real sleaze. Because of course. Okay, you can say goodbye to her. No, at least they know each other. This is a cool dog, Rover. I wonder if he's a stray or if he's from one of the other neighborhoods. But okay, Don doesn't seem to be the type that would tie himself down with pets, so I think we'll leave that dog to be adopted by someone else. It's a stray. Right, he'll just lounge about until Nina wakes up. Oh, she has woken up. She just got in the hot tub. She doesn't want to go home to her own hot tub. She's using ours. But I think he can say goodbye to me now. Okay, now we'll let him invite our Dina's sister. We'll just let him take a nice shower, so he's smelling all fresh. Put on some cologne. Typical Casanova that he is. Okay. Greet Dina. Put the shower. I'll just get some snapshots, just so we have something for thumbnails. And for Tumblr, of course. When I one day get around to posting, that is. So they actually fell in love now. Not that I really think Don loves anyone but himself. But anyway. So you can see if you look at her ones, because I've made her selectable now, that she has ones for Mortimer and marrying a rich, all money related gold digger once. So she's obviously not really interested in Mortimer for who he is. Because if you look at her once, you can see that she's really in it for the money. And the fact that she has a relationship with Don on the side. I always find it astonishing, though, that they made her personality as if she's nice. Because I don't really see someone who acts like that as someone who's nice. So I think it's kind of a fake nice portraying, because she genuinely doesn't act like a nice person. If I had to choose her personality, I would not have her as a nice. I oftentimes end up making her kind of the master brain behind a scheme to get Mortimer out of his money and for Dawn to marry Cassandra. You know, I've done that a couple of times. We'll see this time around how it ends up. I haven't decided yet. But alright, we'll try to fulfill this one that he has about kissing threesomes. but I don't think we'll be able to do that yet because I didn't invite Kellen over or anything like that. So oh, we actually fulfilled it. Okay, perhaps they had it in his memories that he'd already kissed someone else, because obviously we didn't play that up. All right. Goodness, Dawn, it's after midnight. You will have to start saying goodbye to people because I think you're working the next day, and his wedding also the next day. Sandra, the poor woman. Alright, so he's going to say goodbye to her as well, because his mood is starting to tank. We'll let him have a TV dinner since he's not capable of making much else. Please don't burn down the house, Dawn. I love the animations. You can see he really doesn't have a clue how to cook. He's gonna luckily autonomously clean that up. His shower is a mess. He's a really big slob, so I guess it's to be expected. Okay, we're going to let him go to sleep. It is Wednesday morning, which is up to the point where I'm intending on playing with everyone. So we'll just let it become kind of 5 o'clock or something like that, and then stop. And then I'll quickly add in his trades. So what I usually do is I check with the bat box what their one true hobby is, to know what talent they have, and then if it's something like tinkering, I usually give them a trait that they will be more successful at learning that skill. And I actually choose 8 traits for my Sims because I feel like a person's personality, have different facets, and I don't want to be limited by just like 3 traits or something like that. I don't think you can summarize someone's personality well with just that amount of traits. So I add 8 for all my Sims, and even if they're children, I already start adding traits. So if we look at his personality over here, he's very sloppy, he's outgoing, he's active, he's not so playful, and he isn't really nice, he isn't really grouchy, it's kind of in between. So his one true hobby is fitness, which does make sense because he is an active Sim, and I think he would want to be in top physical physique because he's kind of vain. Also, for his job, he is a doctor, so he would kind of see the benefit in being fit. So we'll start with his favorite color and the color that he dislikes. Looking at his townhouse, I would say he likes red or burgundy, maybe. And he doesn't really seem to like dull colors, so we'll put gray as a color he dislikes. So he's sloppy. Let's give him that trait. Let's see. I don't know why some of the other things are in this collection. I'll have to edit that. We can say he's a vehicle enthusiast. He kind of strikes me as the type of person who would like fast cars and things like that. So I'm going to add that for him. I'm going to give him store quality because he's always trying to be famous and he's becoming a bit infamous, to be fair. In town, we'll make him a schmoozer. He looks like he could schmooze people over. And we'll make him very outgoing, very social. Then we'll give him some of the romance traits. I think someone like him would be kind of good in that apartment. So we'll give him some of those. Let's see, 2, 4, 6, 7. So we need one more, and that will have to be his talent, which is being athletic, fitness. All right, so let's add in his traits in his inventory. I have some of the mods that make the traits actually do something. So some of the little pictures are literally just icons and don't do anything. But it's okay. For me, that's part of just developing the character. Okay, so there we go. He's got his traits. Okay guys, so I'm going to end this episode here. And then next time when we play again, we're going to play the gods and we'll play the wedding and see if Don actually goes through with it. I hope you enjoyed this and I hope you guys will join me for this Let's Play. It really looks like it could be interesting. So yeah, see you guys again, be blessed and have a great day. Goodbye.